We continue to follow a sprawling wildfire here in North Texas. At this hour, that fire we know has scorched more than 80,000 acres now west of Fort Worth in Palo Pinto and Jack counties. You're looking at just a portion of that fire right there. Fire crews are working into their third day now trying to attack those flames, but that mammoth blaze is still just 12% contained. Thanks for being here with us for WFAA News at 4 o'clock today. I'm Jason Wheeler. The smoke from the Ross fire is reaching parts of Fort Worth now. This is a live look looking out west toward Palo Pinto County there in Fort Worth. The city is now warning people about the air quality. Fort Worth ISD canceled all its outdoor activities today because of that. Garland ISD will also limit outdoor activities. Our Aaron Heft is on the ground in Jack County where this fire is devastating people's homes and livestock and has the latest.
The Ross fire is burning across two separate counties, Palo Pinto County and Jack County. That's where I'm standing right now. It's the most north side of where this fire is growing. I just spoke with Texas A&M Forest Services, who explained the fire is still traveling northeast further into Jack County. As we made our way down the miles of burnt land, we found crews erecting power poles and restringing lines. This area, if not entirely, is largely without electricity. We also found oil pump jacks and equipment that had been spared, though we also came across cattle that had died in the fire and homes which have been destroyed. With acreage continuing to be consumed by the Ross fire, officials have yet to have an opportunity to count the number of homes that have either been damaged or entirely lost. Officials explain both less wind and higher humidity allow for more progress as they work to gain more containment. In Jack County on the Ross fire, Aaron Heft.
Just a tragic situation out there. As Aaron mentioned, fire crews are getting some relief today from those dry conditions that have plagued much of North Texas. Some in Palo Pinto County say that they saw some rain earlier today, plus lighter winds. That's definitely helping the crews attack these flames out there, Jesse. But of course, it's not what they would hope for. They need a lot more.
It's not enough. And when you go way over a month without measurable rain, that doesn't help. The light rain that we had earlier, not enough to make any sort of impact to the fire. Humidity has gone up, which helps a little bit. Same thing with the lighter winds, but it's only 12% contained. Here's a latest look at the map of the Ross fire. 80,000 acres burned from parts of Palo Pinto and then into Jack County. Perspective, the fire is about a third of the size of the city of Dallas. This is a very large fire that's burning just to the east of Possum Kingdom Lake. And the smoke from this, because we now have winds out of the north, that smoke is being carried south. So areas even east as well. So areas in Tarrant County, Johnson County, gotten reports from Midlothian that they're smelling the smoke there. Down to Hill County, down to Bosque County, seeing some of that smoke. Poor air quality, like Jason reported. Visibility will be reduced, especially closer to the fire in parts of Jack and Palo Pinto counties. And remember, that's where the big fire is burning. Everybody in North Texas, except for Rockwall County, for whatever reason, is under a burn ban. You all need to be very careful with any sort of spark, flame, anything like that. The fire conditions can get out of control very quickly. We'll see if we can find any relief in the 14-day. I do have a little chance of rain to talk about, and that's coming up.
All right, Jesse, we'll see you again here in just a few minutes. Some residents in Palo Pinto and Jack counties are without power today as that Ross fire continues to grow. Our crews on the ground captured this here, video of burned power lines. Right now, about 300 customers we know are without electricity. Electric distributor United Cooperative Services has more than 100 people now working on rebuilding that infrastructure. They estimate that they'll need to replace 300 plus utility poles out there, as well as more than 2.5 miles of singed fiber backbone that connects people and businesses to the internet. Restoration, we're told, will happen over several days, and it's going to depend on how quickly this fire can be contained. Of course, as we've been telling you in recent days, some roads in Palo Pinto and Jack counties are still closed as that Ross fire burns, and Stacia Wilson is keeping an eye on that for us this afternoon. Stacia.
Yeah, absolutely right, Jason. What we're seeing in that area, understandably so, kind of following the area of destruction with the fire. So just zooming into that location, letting you know what to look out for. If you typically travel through that area, obviously reroutes are being done consistently daily since this fire first started. But the road closures extend around this Palo Pinto area. So we're seeing Texas 377 currently closed, Texas 16, as well as Texas 254. So kind of this triangle near Gafford. South of that location, we have a closure along basically just north of US 180. You have FM4 closed all the way from 180 to Gafford as a result of the fire. So you can see the road closures kind of follow the path again of where this fire is causing the most destruction. There may be additional closures in the area. Expect that if you travel through around that area, even the perimeters of where this is happening, that they've closed. We're continuing to follow those closures. But again, what's happening right now is still a developing situation. The ones I told you about are the ones that we are absolutely certain are closed until further notice. Jason?
All right, Stacia, thank you for that. Of course, we are going to continue to follow the breaking news on this explosive wildfire. Stick with us into our next half hour of this newscast. We are going to be uncovering how this fire could threaten the water supply even long after it has been contained. So more coverage ahead. Opening statements began today in the trial of the man accused of killing Dallas rapper Mo3. Kawan White accused of shooting and killing Melvin Noble, also known as Mo3, on I-35 back in 2020. Prosecutors say his murder was orchestrated by Marquise Conway, who was a rival rapper known as Yella Beezy. Attorneys began selecting a jury for this trial on Monday and started to lay out their case today.
There was a hitman on the highway. And that hitman was the defendant, Kawan White.
It is not for you to use your imagination to help bridge the gap of their evidence. It is for you to demand that they bring you the evidence and close the gaps for you.
Fellow defendant and rapper Yella Beezy is going to be tried after Kawan White's case has wrapped up there in the courtroom. Dallas police are investigating after a driver was hurt in an overnight shooting. Officers responded to West Virginia Drive in the Redbird area. They say someone was hit by a car, and when they arrived, they discovered that the driver of that car had been shot. The driver died at the hospital. The pedestrian was taken to the hospital in stable condition.